you've just learned the theory on what a full major scale is, and you just learned how to spell them in every key. Now, I'm going to explain a little bit more about intervals. This is going to be more on intellectual side. So I just want you to focus on understanding basic gist of it. And in the next lesson, we are going to go into the practice of it. When you start practicing, all of this is going to become so much easier. Now, we talked about how intervals are distance between two notes. Now, we call an interval from one letter name to the same letter name, the next one up or next one down, as octave. In Western music, an octave is divided into 12 half steps. So every half step from the tonic has interval name. So the smallest, which is just the half step, is called minor second. And then when you add another half step, it's major second. When you add another half step to that, it's minor third. When you add another half step to that, it's called major third. Another half step to that, it's perfect fourth. When you add another half step to perfect fourth, it's either called augmented fourth, diminished fifth, or tritone. When you add another half step to that, it's called major fifth. When you add another half step to that, it's minor sixth. Another half step to that, it's major sixth. Another half step to that, minor seventh. Another half step to that, major seventh. Another half step to that is an octave. That's a lot. Now, I don't want you to try to figure all this out and try to count all this when you're playing the piano. We learn by learning the scales. Hi, this is Kristina Lee. If you're enjoying this lesson, it's actually taken from my course, Piano Mastery Intermediate. It's currently available at early access pricing, and you will find the link below in the description. And if you like more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. When you learn major scales, you're gonna know all the major and perfect intervals. So from the tonic to the second note, la la, that's major second. And then the third note, la la, that's a major third. Now, the fourth note and fifth note have special names. They're gonna be called perfect. I mean, they are called perfect. La la, that's perfect fourth. La la, that's a perfect fifth. La la, that's back to major, major sixth. La la, that's major seventh. And then la la, that's an octave. So by just really knowing the major scale and going back and forth between the tonic, the first note, and the different notes in the major scale, you're just gonna really learn how intervals feel under your fingers, how they sound, and how they work. So that's what we're gonna work on in the next lesson. So I will see you there.